Nue's Exorcist, a new manga obsession of mine. Being a fan of Blue Exorcist and Twin Star Exorcists, I think it's pretty obvious that I was going to give this a shot. I went into this not expecting much and, let's just say that it surpassed my expectations. So time for the synopsis. Yajima has been able to see spirits since he was small. Starting high school, it is no different for him. He can see them in school while his classmates cannot. He is a high school student who is very soft-spoken and is typically ran over by many of his classmates. One day, Yajima's life takes on an unexpected turn when he stumbles upon a concealed room within his school. He sees a ton of spirits in front of this sealed room. The spirits he usually sees across school are small and harmless, but this time it's different. He then recalls memories of his dad, who was killed by a spirit, and he's getting the same murderous intent from these spirits. Following this, these huge spirits are instantly killed by a beautiful woman named Nue. She tells Yajima that she gathers spirits in one place, which turns them into bigger ones so she can take out more at a time. She was in this concealed room that Yajima noticed. He notices right away that she is a spirit and that she is super powerful. But following this, Nue reveals to Yajima that she has been sealed and cannot leave this room. It has been 60 years since she has been sealed. She invites Yajima inside of her room to play games. He finds this to be odd because spirits up to this point, the ones that he has seen at least, have never had a human form and definitely have not been as knowledgeable as Nue. She really just wanted someone to hang out with because why wouldn't she? She has been alone for 60 years. So the reason why Yajima sees all of these spirits around school so frequently is because of Nue's incredible spiritual power. Nue reveals a startling truth to him though. Spirits thrive on negative human emotions, such as fights and arguments, and when they grow large enough they can merge into a massive, menacing entity that poses a threat to humanity. So this is partially why Yajima just lets himself get ran over by his classmates, but he didn't know that it could grow to that extent. He just assumed that more spirits would be broken out, but he did not believe that spirits were capable of growing that big to harm the world. So following this, Nue extends an offer to Yajima, proposing to mentor him and grant him the abilities needed to confront and neutralize spirits haunting their school. And this is how Yajima receives his powers. He doesn't want this power at first because of how he witnessed the death of his dad, but eventually he comes to accept his power from Nue to protect someone that he cares about. I know he was basically handed his powers, but trust me, it's fine. He starts the story super weak, which is fun for a shonen series, seeing the main character start from the bottom and getting stronger. With time, Yajima gets stronger and stronger. But in this world, since there are spirits, there has to be exorcists too. I didn't mention this earlier, but there are 5 main characters basically. I told you about 2. Yajima has a girl at his school, his senpai, Kazusa, he shows interest in, and also she shows interest in him. It turns out that she is an exorcist and a pretty damn good one at that. She is honestly one of my favorite characters in the series. We recently have gotten her backstory and it is super sad, but no spoilers here. And there are also 2 other female characters that come later in the story. Aside from the villains, it's really just Yajima and girls around him. If I were to compare it to something, it's like Danmachi in that sense. A young boy with great potential who typically always saves the girl, ends up getting them to fall for him. The last few things I want to say about the series: fights are good. The power system is basic, but it is fun and easy to keep track of. Also, Yajima starts the story pretty bland and boring, but over time he does grow on you. He isn't one of my favorite main characters, but he's solid. Lastly, let's talk about Nue. Definitely my favorite in the series. She is what kept me from dropping the series a minute before it really started picking up. I wouldn't consider this to be too big of a spoiler. The reason she was sealed is because basically she's a fucking problem. She is known throughout the entire world as the strongest spirit. To this day in the manga, I'm not sure as to exactly how they managed to seal her or who exactly sealed her, but she is awesome, bro. She has a fun personality, she's mommy, and she is just badass. She can do so many things even though she is confined to that single small room, abilities that don't even make sense. Even Yajima questions, like, what in the hell kind of ability is this? Whenever she gets unsealed, you know it's going to be hell for whoever is up against her. Honestly, I like making comparisons, so you know what I'm going to do here? You may hate me for this, it's like Sukuna. I'm not saying one character is stronger than the other, but in terms of their effect on the world, you cannot say the name of Nue or Sukuna without people knowing them or being absolutely shaken in fear. I have seen about 5% of Nue's true power in the manga, bro, and no spoiling, but if she could do what she did at just 5%, bro, she can be an all-time powerful manga character. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really recommend this series to anyone who loves shonen. It may start slow, but it definitely picks up later on. Don't go into this expecting something Attack on Titan level story, but it is definitely enjoyable. I will catch you all later. Thank you for watching.